Hey, welcome back to another update of my Canadian dividend investing portfolio. So what I do is I buy and sell Canadian stocks on the Toronto Stock Exchange. I use Wealthsimple Trade to make those purchases, and I track everything in this custom Google Sheet that I made myself, which gives me a little bit more insight into the performance of my portfolio than the basic information that's given in Wealthsimple Trade. So anyways, there's links to everything in the description below if you'd like to try out Wealthsimple, or also if you'd like to try out the spreadsheet. So getting started. Today, my stock value is sitting around $55,740, I guess. I've been at this for about 13 months, and you can see that I've deposited about 53,000. So I'm up 3,000 in total for basically a total gain of around 5.86%. That's great. This does not mean that I have a 5.86% return on my investments, because it's not like I deposited all of my money back in September 2020. And then that principal, that single deposit grew by 5.86%. I've been kind of phasing in money over time, drip depositing a few $100s a week. And around here, I actually deposited several thousand, and that's why there's a big jump in my dividends around that time. But yeah, overall, like since inception, up about, 5 and something percent. So I've got about $746 in cash today that I'm going to spend. And before we get into that, let's just take a look down here. We've got an average yield right now of about 3.96%. That's a number that I'm happy with. It's a nice mixture of growth stocks and some higher dividend paying stocks like my REITs and things like that. But basically, this 3.96% times my stock value, 55,750, means that I'm earning about $2,200 per year in annual passive income from my dividend payments, which works out to about $183 or $184 per month. So that's awesome. That's just total passive income. It's tax-free because so far this is all in my tax-free savings account, and this number is constantly growing, and we're going to come back to this in the end of the video, and you're going to see how much this grows after I spend $750 on stocks. So quickly looking at the sector breakdown here, just to give you a quick idea if you haven't seen this before, mostly invested in real estate, followed by utilities, and then a bunch of other stuff. And here in the holdings pie chart, get a rough idea. The biggest holdings are all primarily real estate companies, followed by the utilities, so that kind of matches up. But let's jump into the portfolio and take a look at what's going on in here. So I have this sorted by the biggest holdings, percent of holdings. You see here I have some that are up over 9%, which I'm trying to reduce. And the way that I reduce this is not by selling them, but buying more of other stocks. So as we go down the list, you can see the percent of holding here drops off, and like a lot of these companies down here make up a very tiny fraction of my portfolio, and so I often try to buy more of these ones. But usually what happens for me is the reason why some of these get so small is that they perform really well, and then I kind of feel like not adding to them. Like for example, Loblaw, I'm up 34% right now, and I feel like that's a high price compared to what I want to pay for them, and so I find myself not adding more into this company. So what I do try to do is I look for companies that are in kind of like the bottom half of my portfolio, or the nice smaller positions. And then I try to find ones that are maybe not performing so well, but I think will, probably perform in the future, which is basically all of the shares that I hold. And so, for example, I look at these ones that are in the red for me. So basically my average price for, let's take for Northland Power, for example, my average price is $42.29, but the current price is $39.77. So I'm down 5.95% on this position. And actually, because they're kind of in the bottom half of my portfolio, they make up only 2.35%. I'm actually going to buy more of these today because I don't think they're going to go down forever. And they do have a nice dividend yield, 2.84%. No, that's not the dividend yield. The dividend yield is here, 3.2%, 3.02%. I can't talk today. They pay monthly, and that's just a great stock that I want to have in my portfolio. So basically what I'm looking at mostly today is all of these red stocks that are in the bottom half of my portfolio. So I will be picking up some of Northland Power. I'll also be picking up TransAlta Renewables. And I think I'll go for Northwest Company as well, and even a little bit of Cineplex. Cineplex doesn't pay a dividend, but they are just beaten up completely, and I think that they're probably going to climb back slowly as if COVID ever ends. And so I'm kind of just waiting, going to buy those. Hopefully wait on them for like a year or two, and then eventually sell them at a profit. And so today I'm just going to drop in, I think I'll round up to 50 shares. So just kind of arbitrarily pick random numbers to choose. And yeah, you can actually see if I turn off that filter, so I bought, currently holding 46, so I'll just round that up, kind of whatever. And then I'm also looking down here at Energex. I've been kind of holding off buying these guys because they're just like a totally wacky stock. But I looked and I just realized I actually only have $250 in them. So I'm just gonna probably double my position in them today, and that's going to make my gain, my loss, half basically. So we'll see this. Right now we're sitting at about a loss of 8%, but I'm going to double my position in them, and we're going to see, because I drop in more shares at the lower price, we're going to see that this is actually going to drop down to about a 4% average loss on this position. Now, that's not the only way that I make decisions, on what to buy. I also do like to check the Sparklines, and so I can kind of come through here and check out stuff one at a time, and scope out some different time scales here. This is pretty similar to what you see in your trading program, like Wealthsimple Trade or something, but I actually find this other tab a little bit more useful. Extra Sparklines, where I have a Sparkline for every single position that's in my portfolio, and I can quickly scan here and kind of get an idea of trends and take a look at what's going on here. For example, TELUS I was in the green. This price that they're at right now is still above my average price, but they've just been smashed in like the last couple of weeks. And so these might actually be a good opportunity to buy because they're just on this general upward trend. And even though it's in the green for me, I might want to take advantage of that. So if there's any money left in my account today, I actually might buy some of those. But yeah, just kind of quickly skim through here to get a quick idea. Northland Power, you can see again, they've just been beaten up recently, versus something else like Manulife Financial. They didn't get smashed as bad in the last couple of weeks, and yeah, I'm not interested in really buying them today. So anyways, nice just to kind of quickly come through here and take a look at what's going on. So let's jump into Wealthsimple Trade, which is the trading platform that I use, and I like it because there are no fees in this trading platform, so you can make small purchases and you don't have to pay like a $5 or a $10 fee each time you buy or sell, which for me, that's the way that I go about things and the way that I like to keep my portfolio diversified, and so for me, I just really like it that way. So anyways, let's jump straight into the purchasing. Let's get started with Intergex. That was INE. This is the one that I wanted to just kind of double up on today. I don't plan on holding these. Holy moly, up 7% in the last day. What the heck? I didn't even realize that. Anyways, that's fine. I'm still going to go ahead with it because they are still in the red, but wow, I wish I decided to do this yesterday. Holy moly. All right. Anyways, not yesterday. Yesterday was a holiday. Last week. Okay, so anyways, I'm going to take $250 approximately with these guys. So that's going to be about 12 shares. I like to just buy it on a market buy in my tax-free savings account, and we're going to confirm that order. All right, cool. So the next one that I wanted to pick up was Northwest Company, so that's NWC on the Toronto Stock Exchange. These guys, I think I'm going to drop in about $200 because they're pretty far down in my holdings. So that'll be about 6 shares. I'm going to confirm that in my tax-free savings account with a market buy. And then move on to the next one, which I'm looking at, which was Northland Power. NBI. They also jumped, wow, a lot in the last day, up 3%, not bad. Should have done this Friday, but you know what? You never know. Anyways, I want to take about $80 of these guys, so it's going to be 2 shares in the tax-free savings account. Okie dokie. And then also I was looking at TransAlta Renewables, which was RNW. These guys, what did they do in the last day? There we go. Down almost 1%. So that's good. Good buying opportunity for me. Anyways, like I said, all of these are in the red for me. Anyways, so no matter what I do, I'm going to be reducing my average price, and then in the future, it'll be easier to be in the green, basically. So looking here, I wanted to put about 100 into them. So that's going to be, let's say, we'll go with 5 shares of TransAlta Renewables, confirm that order, and hit done. And then also I wanted to come and pick up a couple in Cineplex just to round that out. So CGX, these guys totally sketchy, but I'm just having some fun with them. So let's put in about $60 in here, rounding up to, how many shares did I have? Yeah, I'm getting up to 50 shares. Yeah, okay, so let's go and hit buy. Add those in, see how that goes. And I do have a little bit of money left after all these buys, and I was talking about maybe buying some TELUS. So let's just go and check out TELUS and see what's going on in here. TELUS, that's T. So they're down 0.5% in the last day. Cool. I'd like to see that if I'm going to buy. They've been dropping like crazy, and they are still at the bottom of this little run. It might continue going down, who knows? But if it does bounce up, now's a good time to buy. If it continues going down, then I'll just buy some now and I'll continue buying more in the future. So I think in my mind, I don't think this is any problem for me. These are making up a pretty big percentage of my portfolio, but I'm just like, I like this stock and I would like to have more of it. So we're just going to drop in. Let's see if we can buy 2. I think we'll be able to. Let's try that. Confirm the order and boom, done. Awesome. All right, so let's jump into the spreadsheet now. And I'm going to go log these in the transactions tab. So this is a master list of all the transactions that I've ever done. And I'm just going to come in here and drop them in exactly as I see in the notification tab of Wealthsimple Trade. And once all of those are in, exactly matching the market buys that I made in Wealthsimple Trade, I like to double check that the totals add up. Just make sure that I didn't input any wrong quantity or price. And if those are matching out, which they are, then we're good to go. And what I do lastly is just check my summary page and see in here, mostly what I'm looking for is the annual dividend income and how much it's increased. And if you remember at the beginning of the video, we were sitting around $2,206 and now we're sitting around $2,233. So that's an increase of about $27, and that's totally passive income. This is tax-free as well and just growing all the time. So it grows like you just saw when I deposit more money and buy more stocks. It also grows when I get these dividend payments. These come into my account and I just lump them in with my deposits and continue spending this money on more stocks. So you can think of it as me also investing an extra $186 per month into new dividend stocks. So every time I do that, this number increases. And then as these companies generally increase their dividends just over time, then this number is also increasing. So it's awesome to see this number really growing, and that's what we kind of refer to as the dividend snowball effect, where it really builds a lot of momentum and continues growing. And hopefully at some point in life, I won't need to be reinvesting this, every year into the new dividend stocks, that I can just withdraw it and use it to cover my expenses, like for example, in retirement or something like that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you watched this far, thank you very much. And I think I did mention before, I was talking about interjects. Yeah, exactly here. So remember at the beginning, or not at the beginning, earlier in the video, I was down about 8% on this holding, but when I doubled it, that means now I'm down about 4% in this holding. So potato, it depends how you look at this and how you interpret it, but this number, based on the pretty much a commonly accepted way of viewing this, is, yeah, now I'm down 4.3% on this position, and as this stock continues to climb, it will take less for it now for it to become in the green based on the deposits I've made or the purchases I've made on this stock. So anyways, guys, thanks a lot for watching. If you've been buying some stocks or if you've been watching some dividend stocks, I'd love to hear what you're looking at and how your portfolio is going. So leave comments down in the comment section and I will chat with you guys down there.